A lot of us thought that Disney was ready to move on from Snow White and the Rachel Zegler disaster after grossing just over $200 million at the box office, despite needing this movie to make well over $1 billion just to break even, with the massive inflated budget of nearly $400 million when it's all said and done. This thing is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney. But apparently, they weren't quite ready to let it go. Because for Mother's Day weekend, Disney said, you know what? You know what moms and girls everywhere are going to love, even though they haven't shown any interest in this dog shit over the past few months? They're going to want to go see Snow White together. We're sure of it. Disney re-releasing Snow White in 1,200 plus screens this weekend. It actually turned out to be 1,300 screens this weekend, because they thought that moms would want to go out there and share this fantastic story with their daughters. Box office, Snow White re-release set for 1,200 plus U.S. theaters as Disney aims to renew interest in the remake. Disney bets big with Snow White re-release. Now, this is going to digital on Tuesday, I believe. It's officially getting pulled out of theaters. So they decided to give it one last hurrah. How'd that work out for them? The answer is not very well. Snow White re-released in 1,300 plus theaters domestically this weekend and grossed nearly $210,000. That's a per theater average of $50. Now, this is the post that I've seen going around. I have a couple problems with this. The numbers aren't accurate. For one, and look, the numbers are horrifically bad. But for some reason, I don't know where Hollywood Handle got these numbers, because just do the simple math and it doesn't make sense. 1,300 theaters, 210,000. That would actually be closer to an average of around $160 per theater. Well, the good news is I'm informed. I've informed myself, and therefore I will inform you. The actual number for Disney's Snow White is around 335,000 for a per theater average of about $250 per theater. You would have been those theaters could have been well utilized on basically anything else. Good enough for 13th place domestically here at the box office this weekend. To put this number in perspective, right? The per theater average is lower than any other movie that is currently out there right now. The per theater average of 252. Everything, I mean, look at these: 7,600, 6,000, 2,200, 1,700, 1,600, 900, 900, 800, 900, 625, 776, an outlier from Friendship because it was just a small release. 1,000, 1,000, 400, 800, 389, getting down there. 393. It is the worst, the lowest of the low, a pathetic embarrassment. And now as it stands, because this is it, Snow White's being pulled out of theaters now after this last hurrah, this desperate grasp to Mother's Day to try to pretend like you thought that people that have rejected this movie wholeheartedly would come back to see it, and they did not. We're now left with the reality of Disney Snow White at the box office right at $200 million, basically, and that's it. This is a Marvel's level disaster at the box office for them, except this movie cost more to make than the Marvels. Rachel Zegler opening her stupid fat mouth and Disney turning out an absolute turd. Another bastardized live action that was completely rejected by everyone. It is one of the biggest failures potentially in the history of the company. I do think this is going to go down when we break down all the numbers, when we finally get the full budget in totality. This might go down as the movie that lost more money than any other production in the history of Disney. It could very well be Snow White. And no amount of special re-release for Mother's Day is going to make people come back for a movie that they've already fucking rejected. A pathetic failure and the end of this Rachel Zegler Snow White box office disaster.